it's just wild to see like that you just have to live, you have to be present, you have to love life and like actually be willing to fucking fight for what you've fought for so long. You fought for so fucking hard for all of this shit and it's all fucking worth it. And now it's like I'm about to have a daughter and this is something to live for. My wife is something to live for. My life, dude, it's a fucking gift. Like that's why they call it the present. It's because living in the present, it's a fucking gift. It actually was what really woke me up is I got notified that I was going to get awarded the Navy Cross. And I was like, holy shit, man. Like this award doesn't just get handed out. Like this is the real fucking deal. Like I fantasized about people who would get these awards and I was like, that is so badass. And then as soon as they told me that I was getting this thing, I was like, this isn't cool anymore. Like I don't really want this. I'd rather have these dudes back. I'd rather not have that like detriment on my soul. And it was December 21, January of 22. I started to become extremely suicidal because they had told me, or I had just received the Navy Cross August 26th of 2021. And that was actually the same day that 13 Marines were killed in the Kabul
the Afghanistan withdrawal.
Yeah. So like I'm prepping for my speech for the Navy Cross ceremony and I get a phone call from the Secretary of the Navy and he says, hey, Staff Sergeant Jones, like, I'm sorry, but I'm sure you heard, but there was just this bombing in Afghanistan and I won't be able to make it because these 13 Marines just died. And I was bummed. I was shocked. I was obviously feeling sorry for them, but also reliving everything that I had just gone through. And I'm like, man, like, because of everything in the world that was going on when my team got killed or when my teammates got killed, nobody fucking knew about it. Nobody even bat an eye about it. It was on the news for maybe 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. Nobody knew that another U.S. force dude got shot. Like, I mean, there's still people fucking figuring out what happened on that day when my team got hit. And it was like a very intense, like, I mean, we still lost American lives and nobody fucking knew about it.
Yeah.
We were still over there. We were fighting ISIS. We were actively hunting dudes and nobody fucking knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of shocked again. I was like, dude, it's happening again. Like the dude's not going to come here because something else in the world is, you know, it's happening and that's life. But I actually got a call again from him in like 20 minutes. He's like, you know what? He's like, we lose guys often, unfortunately. He's like, but it's not every day that we get to award somebody for the things that they've done. He's like, so we just fired up the helicopter. We'll be there in a little bit. I was like, holy fuck. Like, that's wild.
That's a lot of ebbs and flows of just emotions.
It was, man. And it was just like.
That was a traumatic day for, I think, everybody. I can't imagine like seeing seeing the aftermath of that bombing and then seeing those guys like fall from the airplanes and shit that day. Like that's like that was traumatic for me and I didn't have any skin in that. You know what I mean? I can't imagine what that's like for you.
And it's like everybody's, you know, bringing up the whole like, you know, we fought there for 20 years. Like, what are we doing? What are we throwing away? And it's just like, man, we lost a lot of fucking guys and we lost them on the fucking last day that we're there too. And it's just like, what is this still going on for? And it's like, it was super fucking hard because it's like we fought for so much and now it's like you're pulling out like this and you're fucking making us look like chumps, dude. So it was definitely hard. It was cool though that they actually were able to come and recognize this, and we were actually able to talk about it on that day too. And it was actually on 9/11 in 21, I went up to Walter Reed and got to visit those guys and see them. And it was awesome seeing like the overwhelming amount of support that they had, like all sorts of people from the command and the Marine Corps and the Navy. Everybody was up there to see them. They had a bunch of support. So that was great to see. Like, I mean, the kids deserved it. They were so young, dude. That was the wild part. Like I was young when this happened to me, but I mean, I was 28 and they were like 19, 20, 23. Like, it was fucking crazy. So anyways.
Yeah, they're fucking kids, bro.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm glad that they had the support they did up there. It was good to see. So all of this shit is going on. And like I said, I was very much a part of that stigma. I was a part of that mentality, like, just suck it up. And it starts hitting me more and more. I'm going through all of these treatments, but it was December of 21 into January of 22. Like, I went through retirement. I moved out to Montana. I thought that was going to be my fix, but I was drinking more than ever. I was getting more depressed than ever. And I was just like, I'm done. Like, this is it. So, yeah, I ended up trying to attempt to kill myself and end it all right there. And, you know, I was just like, we're about to have this kid, and I can't be like this. I can't be this person and raise a daughter. Well, I didn't know it was going to be a daughter at that time yet, but basically, man, like, I don't know, Fletcher was in there with me, my service dog, and I was in the garage and I was drinking a lot, and I ended up pulling the trigger on my 9mm, and I have literally never had a malfunction happen like that. Gun didn't go bang, and there was a round in the chamber and everything. And I basically took this big sigh, and Fletcher came up and was like, "What's up, dude? Like, what's going on?" Wagging his tail, licking my face, and I was just bawling. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I need to get my shit together. And we got invited to this convention, this Legion of Valor
Bro,
convention.
that was God, man.
It had,
like, I don't know what you believe. We don't ever talk about that, but that's divine intervention, dude.
it was something.
Yeah.
I got you.
That means you have a much, much, much bigger purpose here. Real talk.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're still fucking here, bro.
It was definitely...
I never heard that story before just now.
And that's the thing, is like, I still feel so like weird. I feel taboo about talking about it, because I feel... I don't know, like, I'm fucking sweating right now thinking about it, because it's like, I don't want anybody to know that side of me, but it's like, why not? Like,
I think it's important for people to hear that.
Yeah, it's like, you need to understand that this shit can happen, and when it does happen, like, there's so many other fucking people that have been there in your shoes right now. Like, all you got to do is reach out, and there's going to be somebody right there, either at your fucking doorstep or talking to you all damn night long, and like, you just have to fucking tell somebody. And it's like, that's kind of what I want to get across, because it's like, whenever I ended up going to this Legion of Valor convention, a convention with all of these like war heroes, all Medal of Honor recipients, Navy Cross, like Service Cross recipients. My goal was to be like, how the fuck are you still alive? I've gone 1 year with having this award, and I already tried to kill myself. Like, why are you still here? How? Like, how do you live with this? And it's just like, it's just wild to see, like, that you just have to live. You have to be present. You have to love life, and like, actually be willing to fucking fight for what you've fought for so long. You fought for so fucking hard for all of this shit, and it's all fucking worth it. And now it's like, I'm about to have a daughter, and this is something to live for. My wife is something to live for. My life, dude, it's a fucking gift. Like, that's why they call it the present. It's because living in the present, it's a fucking gift. So, now I feel like I do feel more obligated to talk about it, just because it's like, somebody somewhere
needs to
fucking hear it.
Yeah, man.
Because it's like, what I thought is, I'm supposed to be this hero with this fucking big medal on my chest, and I'm supposed to be bigger and badder than everybody else, but it fucking hurts. And even though we still hold this title and we still have all of this like weight behind us, it's like, this shit can still hit us too. And, you know, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't wait for anybody.
So what is Nick Jones doing now? What's the, you know, where are we at today? Yeah.
So currently, I'm the president and founder of a nonprofit called Talon's Reach Foundation. We support special operators who have been morally, mentally, or physically wounded. So it doesn't have to be related to combat. You don't have to have a Purple Heart. You don't have to have a Valor Award. It's some sort of moral, mental, or physical injury, kind of just like what I just said. We bring guys out to Montana. We have a 5-day-long systematic approach to healing. We do all sorts of different holistic methods to healing. So we introduce them to yoga, mindfulness, meditation, breath work, art therapy, music therapy. We get them outdoors. We immerse them into nature. We basically get them to get their mind off of fucking everything else that's going on in life. But then we do the hard work, which is the education piece. So we teach them about traumatic brain injury, PTSD, this other term called operator syndrome, which is basically like hypervigilance, anxiety, depression, anger, all of this shit crammed into one thing that creates like a dysfunctional type of operator. That is like, most people either think that they are suffering from PTSD or TBI, and now they've basically join those two, and it's just like, it might be this. So we teach about all of that stuff and basically what happens to the brain when trauma strikes and ways to mitigate those. I basically got on this path because talk therapy, going to the psychologist, like sitting in a fucking 4-wall white room with one person that just like never understood, would always fucking, every time I came back, it's like, so tell me about yourself.
Yeah,
it's like,
bro.
dude, I just fucking told you my story 100 times. When are we going to move on from this?
And their candy's always shit. That's the worst part about it. Like, they always got bullshit candy. Like, at least have the real shit. If you're
Yeah,
dance.
I'm not an advocate for that sort of therapy.
Right.
I feel like, and I've experienced plenty of it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Some of you motherfuckers think I still need it. I probably do. But the reality is, you know, I feel like most of the therapy out there has become less about solving people's problems and more about maintaining a customer base. And that's what I noticed, you know. So I think it's cool that you're doing it this alternative way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's been cool, man. We've ran 3 programs so far. We've helped 17 special operators. We've got our 4th one coming up. So it's been amazing, man. The outcomes that we've had, like the success stories that we've had. And it's like, we don't prescribe, we don't treat, we're not fixing, we're educating, and we're kind of guiding them through and showing them the tools, giving them the resources. And like, I mean, man, you'd be surprised, like dudes that come there and they're like super down, sad, like everything, life is out to get me. And then they come back and they reach out and they're like, dude, like I've never been fucking happier. Like now they do art therapy or just do art in general.
They found other ways to deal with this stuff.
Exactly. And it's like, dude, like the only coping mechanism that we really understand how to do is fucking drink and fight and just like take this prescription medication.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing, man. We've been a nonprofit now for 2.5 years. And we just hired our first employee. So it's been pretty fucking cool. Yeah, man, we're growing. I'm loving it. And it's like, kind of like what you said, like I needed to find my purpose after what I thought, like losing my identity, losing my purpose. And it's just like, when this shit happened, it's like, dude, I have found something that really drives me. And it's like, I don't have to get paid to do what I love. And I don't get paid. So it's amazing that I can really share my story and let these dudes have this safe space, become vulnerable and really fucking heal and like actually work on themselves from the inside, rather than like just telling dudes like I used to be like, all right, dude, like I'm sorry that happened to you, but like try again next time. Do better, fucking suck it up, work harder. Like sometimes it's not the fix, sometimes it's not that easy. So it's been amazing.